My name is Allison Kostick, and my declamation is titled One Last Drive. The average American moves 11.7 times in their life. A survey conducted in the fall of 2023 found that 71% of Americans move away from their childhood hometowns, the majority reason being to live the life they wanted. Traveling, moving, and venturing were all actions that I naively never associated with my family's heritage. I've always longed to break free from the chains that seemed to be holding down 4 generations of my family to the historically quaint town of Deerfield, Massachusetts. Stress would build when I considered myself to be growing up, living, and dying in Deerfield, Massachusetts, like many of those in my family. But my grandfather specifically emphasized to me through his humbly told stories that in spite of his time away, he always came back to Deerfield because it was his true home. The comfort and privilege that came with having a place to always return to was something that I only recently learned to appreciate. It was a bright midsummer day when I started the ignition of my grandfather's navy blue Chrysler. I felt a sense of importance with this being the first time I sat in the driver's seat of this familiar car. And now, as I was the one driving, a sense of nostalgia hit the both of us, as he had always been the one to my left and I to his right. I just sensed a level of unspoken tension in the tone of my grandfather's voice when he mumbled, "I feel like we never get the chance to talk, just one-on-one, you and I." The roots that I had once considered rotten from the amount of time my family clung to them now flourished in my mind as I saw my grandfather's eyes illuminate with memories. He talked me through the best and worst of his stories and most proud moments in the span of a 4-hour destination-less drive through our hometown. My grandfather's experience with Deerfield was unique. I had often thought he dreaded it from his brief descriptions of farm life and school, yet this time he spoke to me about his earliest years in Deerfield, and later returned with the most sincere love I'd seen anyone discuss anything with. He would mention the hardships faced and dismal moments in his own life, but never did any of these misfortunes taint his image of Deerfield. He spoke of his first time listening to recorded music in the basement of the Kendall on the record player with a hazy glint of pride. He spoke of his deep connection with my grandmother, as she was born and raised in Deerfield as well. And as he closed his story of his life, parked beside the rushing Deerfield River, he looked at me and asked if I was truly happy. All I could do was nod my head in agreement because I feared I would never be truly as happy as he wanted me to be in Deerfield. Appreciation of my life, of my roots, my home, my family, had never been so evident to me before that moment. And now, as I drive alone along the same roads we once took, I look upon my surroundings from a different perspective. I am no longer hesitant to let on that I'm from Deerfield, my father's from Deerfield, my grandmother's from Deerfield, my grandfather's from Deerfield, and my great-grandfathers were from Deerfield. I will always be able to call Deerfield my home while living a fulfilling and happy life because those chains that I once thought held me down are only there to support me in my journey through life. Thank you.